we need to talk. You and me. Well, I need to talk, you need to listen. Alright? How you're doing? I said in yesterday's vlog, I've had a weird old day. I'd had a weird old time. And I'd like to throw out there that that has been extended into today. In fairness, this kind of thing has been going on all of my life. This kind of thing is redonkulously commonplace. What am I talking about? If there's one thing you ever take from what I say from my life, okay? If there's one thing you take, let it be this. It's okay to not feel okay. Have you got that? Are you still with me? For a wee while now, it's not necessarily in this house, but I'm just saying, I've noticed a trend where emotions, like flip of a coin. 1 minute, super happy and psyched and all the groove, ready to go. And then the next, deepest pits of despair, misery, crying, the works. It's okay to not feel okay. You don't have to feel happy all the time. It's okay to feel sad. It's okay to feel angry. It's okay to be depressed. All of the negative emotions, they're okay to feel. Just as much as they're okay to feel the positive ones. There is nothing wrong with you if everything is going great in your life and yet you feel sad, depressed, miserable, lonely, whatever. You could be in a room full of people and still feel lonely. It's fine. It's absolutely fine. The only time it becomes a problem is when that's the overwhelming majority of the time. When whatever emotion it is you feel, even the positive ones, might I add, if you feel like overwhelmingly positive, happy, super psyched all the time, that's not always good. Okay, what? What are you talking about, man? It's always good to feel good. Wrong. Let me give you an example, okay? I used to know a guy years ago. He'd have these kind of like waves, like ebbs and flows in the mood, and he didn't really have trouble with the lows. He had trouble with the highs. When he was happy, when he felt good, restraint went out of the window. So let's say, I don't know, go to a pub. We all go to a pub. And one of us puts on a sob story that we're a bit short on cash and we can't afford the next round. This person would just literally go, spunk it away. Like, don't worry about it, man, I've got it covered. And instead of just buying that one round, he buys the entire bar a round. You could be trying to sell something to the guy and go, oh yeah, but you know, it was my brother's friend's favourite cousin's, whatever, twice removed's favourite Pokemon card or whatever, or marble or piece of grit, I don't know. Like, isn't there anything you can do for me? Yeah, sure. And then whatever the value on it is, quadruple it. Or some ridiculous amount of money would just exchange hands because the sob story was laid on. You know, and then he would end up like, the financially would just fall into a pit because he was just too willing to just go, here you go, have it. Just take the money. Because he was happy, positive. There was nothing that could bring him down, but there was also nothing that could temper that and bring it down to an acceptable level. It's only when these emotions become your daily norm that you should maybe start to worry. But as I say, it is okay to not feel okay. Life can be going great, you can still feel like crap. That's fine. You can feel confused when something's really obvious. You know, you can feel scared when everything seems fine. It's okay. It's okay to not like something just because you don't like something. It's okay. There doesn't have to be some deep underlying reason for it. You just might not like something. If I had a quid for every person that's come up to me of late going, oh mate, I don't like XYZ thing, I must be ADHD, autistic, whatever. I'm like, have you ever just thought maybe you just don't like that thing? It's okay, I mean, you don't... If you need that to get you through the day, but is it not okay just to not like it? There's nothing wrong with you feeling the way you feel. Unless you decide you want to be a serial killer. And I'm not talking about Fruit Loops, or Frosties or Lucky Charms. You just like... And it can be something really trivial too. Like, it doesn't matter. It's okay. You are okay. Just keep moving forwards. Because you don't know what tomorrow brings. You don't. If the emotion you're feeling right now is negative, negative, give it a little while, a couple days, a couple weeks. If life's really hammering on you, might ease up tomorrow. Don't quit, because tomorrow might be the day that the good stuff happens. I say this all the time. If anyone watches anything I say or do from now until whenever, you will hear this message on the regular. Gotta keep drumming it into people. It's okay. It's just part of being a human. It's part of being alive. There doesn't have to be a reason for it. You don't have to spiral because of feeling something positive, negative, whatever. As I say, sometimes the positives can be really bad too. If you don't have a way to pull it back in to control it, the positives, you could go super destructive on the positive because you just don't control it. There is such a thing as too much of a good thing. Just don't go freaking out. Now, my day, it's been pretty simple. My boys are unwell still. They've still got to have their 2 clears. They've had 1 clear COVID test so far. This is what, day 10 for now, so we should be coming out the other end of this. I've decided they're not going into school for the rest of the week. There's no need for it really at this point, If they have a clear tomorrow, all we'll have's Friday. It's 1 day. It's 1 day. I don't want to stress them out over 1 day. So, having the rest of the week off. Just having a hangout time. Maybe, possibly, if they want. I don't know. And I beat Zenith, kind of. I've hit level 40. I've hit the level cap. Zenith, the VR MMO. I really quite like it. It's become one of my top 5, top 10 games on Steam. Nearly 100 hours in it. It's really, really, really neat if anyone gets a chance to try it. Still pretty beta-y. In fact, there was a quest I picked up today in one of the final zones where literally the text string to say what the descriptor for the quest was like a string of code. So if you could read the code, like, you knew what it meant, but if you didn't know how to read the code, you wouldn't know what to do. So it looked nothing hardcore. It was just like there was a zone, and then what type, and then there was like another thing, and then a quantity, and you could kind of figure out by the way it was worded what it was you had to do. But yeah, it's still pretty bare bones, but it's really, really fun. It has potential. VR itself is pretty bare bones, to be completely honest. We're still in the Atari days of VR. We're coming up to Super Nintendo era fast, but we're still pretty early days in the VR, and it's still really, 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 really fun. But yeah, that's it. I'm the done. I hope you're well. If you are, great. Don't forget to check yourself. If you're not, that's okay. And I'll see you all with a bit of luck in the next one. And all this coming from a stress head. Whatever, man.